gentlemen, straight from the ropes to your hands, welcome to VKPunk Wrestling, your one and only spot for recaps, news, and updates on professional wrestling in the world. And now, coming at you with all that attitude, here is your host, the bad guy, VKPunk.
Hey yo, what's up, wrestling savages? What's good? Crank those speakers until the walls shake and buckle in your safety belts and get ready to forge the stronghold with VKPunk Wrestling, the undeniable force and soon to be recognized #1 place for pro wrestling chaos, overflowing with crushing action, that addictive electric rush that makes professional wrestling the most extreme addiction on the planet. We're the undisputed champion in this ring. It's your boy, the bad guy, VKPunk, at the wheel, taking you through waves of bone-crunching slams, sharp verbal battles, and the pure thrill that makes wrestling the king of escapes. Tonight, we have a special thing for you. We have issued an open challenge for the VKPunk Wrestling Channel Championship. It has been answered by Corey, the king, and the CEO of the Wrestling Internet Network, the WIN, I'm sorry. In Predictions WarGames, to see who will carry the channel championship into the next event. There's no watered down hype here, guys. This is the beating core of the VKPunk Wrestling Revolution, with you riding shotgun. And if your heart's pounding like you just kicked out of an Obafemi powerbomb at 2.5, then smash that like button, demolish the subscribe button, and ignite the bell icon so you never miss a moment of the chaos. If you want more fire, you can hunt us down on TikTok and Facebook for uncut clips, savage breakdown, and the scoops that set your feet ablaze. VKPunk Wrestling, we the ones for wrestling content. So before we start today, we're going to take a little pause for this message. Hey everyone, before we dive any deeper, we just want to take a quick moment to say that you're all incredible and we genuinely love having you all here with us. Every single one of you is unique and brings real value to the world. Lifetime is... Ugh. Hey everyone, before we dive any deeper into today's episode, we just want to take a quick moment to say that you are all incredible and we genuinely love having all of you here with us. Every single one of you is unique and brings real value to the world. Life can sometimes feel heavy and overwhelming, and that's okay. We all go through it. As someone who's dealt with mental health challenges, we want to gently remind you, if you're ever not feeling like yourself or things start feeling low, please reach out, talk to a friend, a trusted person, or hit up a lifeline, whatever feels right for you in the moment. It can be tough to take that first step, but people really do care, and support is there waiting. Oh my God, I can't do it like that. Hey everyone, before we dive in deeper to this episode, we just want to take a quick moment to say you're all incredible and we genuinely love having you here with us. Every single one of you is unique and brings real value to this world. Life can sometimes feel heavy and get overwhelming, and that's okay. We all go through it. I go through it too. Someone who's dealt with mental health challenges, we want to gently remind you, if you're ever not feeling like yourself or things start feeling low, please reach out, talk to a friend, a trusted person, or hit up a lifeline, whatever feels right for you in that moment. It can be tough to take that first step, but people really do care and support is there waiting. It's made a huge difference for us when we have needed it the most. If you ever need someone to talk to or you're going through something right now, you can always call or text 988 in the US. It's free, confidential, and available 24/7. You've got this, and so do we. Together, the VKPunk Legion. Let's keep this energy moving. Now, let's welcome for the first time to our screens here on VKPunk Wrestling, the head of the WIN, Corey. What's up, man? You could talk. What's going on with you, buddy?
We're having good, man. I'm glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
Hey, no problem, man. Thanks for being on. So listen, we got some time here. You want to plug any spots that you need?
Yeah, actually I do. So the WIN is doing a Rumble as of this Sunday. So we have one slot left for our 50-man Rumble.
Oh,
So
that's
come
very
tune into the
cool.
page. Make sure you guys make yourselves well known.
Yep. You can. How can they find you?
You can look us up on Facebook, TikTok, any other platform at Wrestling Internet Network or the Promo Club.
With the promo club. All right. So on tonight's agenda, we have the predictions war games for the WWE Elimination Chamber that is coming this Saturday. There's only 4 cards on this, or 4 matches on this card. I'm sorry, guys. Right, we have the World Heavyweight Championship, CM Punk versus Finn Balor, which I think is going to be an amazing match. The Women's Intercontinental Championship match between Becky Lynch and AJ Lee. I'm a little excited about that. The Men's Elimination Chamber, which includes Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes, and Javon Evans, Jey Uso, LA Knight, and Trick Williams. And the Women's Elimination Chamber match, Tiffany Stratton, Rhea Ripley, Alexa Bliss, Asuka, Raquel Rodriguez, and Kiana James, a very surprising entrant.
It's going to be a good one, man.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be one of the better side of the Rumble or Elimination Chambers that we've gotten in the last few years. Because I was actually rewatching some of them, and they were starting to fall off a little bit. So hopefully this will help redeem that pay-per-view.
Well, everybody, it seems like the internet community, the wrestling internet community is definitely saying that WWE has been falling off pretty hard lately.
Well, hopefully this pay-per-view. I mean, this is normally pretty booked as a good one for everyone to tune into. That normally gets a lot of attention. So
Yeah, I feel like the last few weeks at least, they have done it started with the first time Natalia or Natty now and Maxine were in a match that went to a no contest because it was just pure chaos. It seems like they have taken that and kind of followed script because I noticed the following Friday night, the on SmackDown, the first hour was just nothing but pandemonium and chaos. And then it seems like
yeah,
they repeated that. I think this is a very good step in the right direction to grab the attentions of the viewers. We haven't just had chaos like that in WWE in so long, and now it seems like we are again.
yeah. I mean, especially with NXT stars too. I mean, you got to think about it. They were just literally Sean just said he loves the chaos, so maybe they're bringing that onto the main roster.
I think that's a fantastic idea. It does seem like the vision has been cursed.
Yeah, it really sucks to hear that Bronson Reed was originally planned to win that match, and they had to cop out one last minute.
Yeah, I think that really stinks because I think that Jay is now just a gimmick where he was once like a badass, the right hand man type of guy, and now he's just a dancing gimmick. He's not like
And they gave him the Brody Lee treatment. They gave him the let's dress him up and change him up a little bit and see if he does anything with it, and it hasn't done anymore for him.
I don't think it has, and now I feel like Jimmy's involved, and now it's dragging Jimmy down because when they come out to the ring, they don't even come out to Jay's, or they don't even come out to the Uso Penitentiary music. They still come out to the "It's
Yeah,
Just Me"
they don't
Us
feel
music.
like a brotherhood right now. They don't feel like they're together on the same page.
Yeah, everything just feels very different for sure. So let's see, what else do we have here? So what about the box, man? What do you think about the box?
Dude, I swear to God, if the Gooker comes out, we're gonna fight. Because what else? What else are you gonna come out with? I mean, it wouldn't. It would be cool if we saw. I heard somebody say online the Jericho Tron 10,000 or whatever it was, and have a little monitor with a countdown, and then have him interfere later in the men's elimination. But I don't know. I don't see that happening.
I think that was probably the original plan, but from everything that I've read on the internet, it seems like Tony Khan is kind of blocking Chris Jericho out right at the moment. So if that was the plan, it's now like, what is the secondary idea going to be? Because we can't just ignore the crate like we did Vince McMahon's egg and shit.
Yeah, it's something that you've now made a focal point toward the pay per view, and people are excited to see this. So now, hopefully, it just doesn't end like the Shockmaster.
No doubt. Okay, so let's see. So what else is going on? Oh, did you hear about Michelle McCool supposed to be coming back? That's a little
Interesting.
weird.
That'll be. Hopefully, she's not doing another mentoring division. Like, I feel like when she gets into that role, it really just kind of drags her down.
Yeah. All right. So let's go over our first match for the prediction. Of course, we're going to go over each match. We're going to discuss it all individually, and then we'll make our predictions. And at the end of the night, hopefully there will be enough different predictions with the bonus questions, because we've got a few bonus questions to throw in, guys. That will lead to somebody winning the VK Punk Wrestling Championship, this custom
I think
made
it's coming
belt.
home with me.
So hopefully we're gonna have some fun. The first match on the card, I'm just gonna go by how I think things will probably go. Is the women's elimination chamber match is probably gonna land on first. We got Tiffany Stratton, Rhea Ripley, Alexa Bliss, Asuka, Raquel Rodriguez, and Kiana James, which I thought was a very interesting. I've been preaching on about Kiana James for like 2 months now.
Yeah, she's really talented. I mean, this whole match is really. I mean, this is everyone's going to obviously think that it's going to be Rhea or one of the other two that are top, have been considered as a top star lately. But I really think Raquel needs this to prove that she is ready for a big spot.
Raquel is another woman that I have been going on about because when she came back from injury, she just became the muscle for the Judgment Day. She was like their heater, and that's all
She
that.
needs to stay down.
Right, and that's all that she's ever been. But if you remember correctly, before before she got injured, she was climbing to the top. She was facing Rhea. They were going for like real top of the card matches. And then she came back and she was just like a heater for the Judgment Day. And I was like, this is
Yeah, now
really
she's just hanging out.
so to see her like climbing back to the top and like competing with Liv instead of under Liv as, at the top of the card, I think is a really great thing. But Kiana James, I have been going on about for months. Like ever since she got called up, I think she was a little underused in NXT, but she's a brick house. She's built, man. She's as big as Tiffany Stratton is. I think the only reason she never got as much play in the beginning is because she's not blonde.
I think it makes sense for Tiffany to win, but I don't at the same time want to see that interaction again where we kind of get into that iffy title reign.
Right.
We don't want it to feel awkward.
That was more about Kiana James because, like I said, I think the only reason she doesn't compete with the other bigger girls her size is because she's not blonde.
That's true. That's very true.
The WWE has always put a very special, like, place for the big blondes and stuff, and brunettes just don't get it. But I think she's as good as anybody.
Absolutely.
Okay, so you also have underdogs like Alexa Bliss. I'm sorry, I don't see her winning this one. And Asuka, two very like
now Asuka's I think would be a standout, especially with the whole like having her little protege. Now she gets to hold that over her head and be like, "You didn't help me do this. I did this on my own." I think that if you were to give that to Asuka, I think you're aiming in a very touchy subject when you get to the title picture because who is she really going to cash that opportunity in on? Where do you really take that?
So if Asuka was to win, it would be Asuka versus Jade at Mania. So you got to think about how the outcome of that would be.
They don't, but they don't really interact well. Like their gimmicks don't mesh like it would be a Hogan and Rock moment at Mania. You know what I mean? We're not looking at that and going, "Oh my God, that's something that absolutely needs to happen."
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Alexa and Asuka are only in there as accomplished veterans who can take an L and take a pin from somebody. I don't think you're going to see Tiffany Stratton versus Jade again. I don't think they'll do that 2 times in a row. I do think that Rhea Ripley and
I think
Raquel.
Rhea stands an issue, but that's only because we have, two people that have obviously had a very big rivalry with Rhea in the title picture.
Right. And I think I agree. I think Rodriguez is the best pick. As much as I would like to see Kiana James pull off an upset victory here and just, I don't know, somehow steal it, I would love to see that. I think Rhea Ripley or Raquel Rodriguez are the obvious people to try to go to face Jade at WrestleMania.
Now, what do you think the numbers are going to be? How do you think that they're going to layer that out as far as like who enters which?
I'm not really certain.
Did you think of that? Because I was thinking about that this morning, and I was like, man, if we're really going to look at the who's going to start it off.
I think you definitely have either Asuka or Alexa started off, maybe even Kiana James, because as much as I say I would like to see her win, I don't think it's realistic. And just somebody who's going to be able to eat a pin when one of the bigger women like Raquel, Tiffany, or Rhea get in. Just somebody who's going to go out quick. And unfortunately, I see that as Kiana James because
Yeah.
aside from her qualifier win, she really hasn't won anything on the main roster. So,
She's getting there though. She's showing that she can earn it though.
yeah, I think she can. I mean, I thought she wrestled well in NXT. She's never like a bad performer or anything. It's just it seemed like she was missing with her gimmick a little bit. Her gimmick hasn't really been on display. She's been more of a, mouthpiece for Julia, I reckon. So she's not really in her own gimmick. She's kind of in Julia's gimmick. So I'm waiting to see her spread her wings and fly away from that because she shouldn't be tied down to Julia. I know Julia has some communication issues because English isn't her first language, but I think there's other ways to go about that other than putting another, rising star with her. She should be
Right. Yeah,
rising
no,
on
I
her
agree with
own.
you.
So
Yep.
I'm going to go ahead and say that I think if they put anybody in this because it's going to WrestleMania, I'm going to say Rhea Ripley because Raquel Rodriguez just doesn't have I don't think she has as much pull to be a main event. Like I think Rhea Ripley draws more, so I think Rhea Ripley's winning here.
Okay. That's not bad. I'm gonna stick with. I think I'm gonna stick with Raquel. Just because I think this, like I said, this is her proving moment that she can be a part of the Charlotte, the Alexas, the Oscars, the Baileys. To be deep to get to that point. She's already shown that she's dedicated a lot more time developing her gimmick and making sure that she's not just another girl on the roster. But this also gives that proving point where she can show that she's skilled enough to be able to hold her own in the main block.
I think it's a great idea. I just don't know that WWE will think Mania is the place to take that risk. I think they're going to go with somebody who's been there and done it and can definitely draw the numbers. But I understand what you're saying though. I think I would love to see Raquel Rodriguez win. I just don't think WWE will make her. Um, like I said, I've really been hyping Raquel because of everything I said earlier. Because she was on her way to the top and then she got injured and then she came back as a heater. It's all like stupidness. Give me just a sec because I'm gonna get a paper so I can write this down. Boom. All right. So next on the list, I'm going to say that the Women's Intercontinental Championship is next.
Okay.
Okay. Of course, that is the champion Becky Lynch versus AJ Lee, who has not had a significant singles match in forever, years, long time,
Yeah.
15 years or so.
Yeah. I don't say AJ wins, to be honest. And I only say that because of the fact that they're building towards something more than just the girls. I think they're getting to that. Maybe even at Mania we have partner and partner mixed tag.
Oh, Becky and
But
Seth. Yeah, I mean, I think they'll do that anyway. I don't think that's going to be an issue. I do, man, I don't know. I have so many mixed emotions about this because AJ Lee, when I was a kid, man, when I was like 16, 17, AJ Lee was everything. And then when she got hooked up with CM Punk, I was like, like it
yeah,
would really
that was
ever
a good gimmick.
freaking matter. But I was really in love with AJ Lee. When she came back, I'm a little disappointed that she's not leaning so heavy into the crazy chick gimmick, which was everything. Even the whole storyline with Punk back then was him saying, "I dig crazy chicks" and stuff like that. Um, but I think it would really elevate the division for her to win. But I also feel like it's not the thing to do with somebody who's just come back to take it from Becky. So it's
Yeah.
it's really up in the air with how I feel about it.
I mean, I think with this situation, we're so close to Mania. I think they're looking at a bigger picture for Becky at Mania, elevating the Intercontinental title to a bigger level, considering it being one of the main titles in the women's division, helping add that, what they consider already for the men's Intercontinental. I mean, we heard Cody talk about it when he brought the white strap back. It's the same thing for the women. They're trying to add that kind of history to it. I don't know that AJ is that girl to do it with.
Hmm.
I think it would help add the history that you need, at least name wise. But like, it's more that the title needs an AJ than AJ needs the title.
Yeah, I guess, but I think that you're talking about elevating it at Mania. I think that would be a great thing. Like when Becky lost the title to Maxine, I thought that was like really stupid. I
Yeah,
didn't, but for
agreed.
her to just go and get it back, I think that would be like the story. So if AJ Lee wins here to make that story the biggest you can be at Mania, you got to have Becky go for her rematch and then beat AJ Lee at Mania, which is of course
Right.
a bigger stage than the Elimination Chamber. So
Yeah,
I think that would really solidify some status as far as that title goes too.
agreed.
Right? So you are picking Becky then?
Yes, I am.
All right. So
I think
far.
she retains here. I think that's the most fitting moment for her.
Okay. Well, I am still gonna go with AJ because I like that storyline. It might be some fantasy book and stuff. Um, But we'll see. I'm definitely excited about the match. I'm definitely excited to see AJ Lee wrestle a solo thing because it seemed like when she was in that tag team match, she didn't really get tagged in that much. She spent
No,
the
this is where we really get to see her shine and do her thing. And
Yeah. So I am really excited about that. So next up, we're gonna do who? They're probably gonna cap the night off with the men's rumble or with the men's chamber, I reckon. So let's do the championship match between CM Punk and Finn Balor. I don't think there's really any doubt on who's gonna win here.
no, I really, I mean, unless we get a demon moment here, I think Punk obviously retains. Um, but as we were hearing, rumors that Demon's coming back. I mean, if this is that kind of moment for him to realize that he's going to break off on his own and do this solo run finally and officially commit to it, I think we're looking at that kind of. Does he win and then where? What do we do at WrestleMania? Is it who? Obviously Punk's got to call his rematch, but then who wants to see a three-way, a triple time CM Punk and Finn Balor match?
I mean, if that was the case, you would actually have to make it a triple threat because you have to include the Rumble winner, right? You have to include
Exactly.
Roman,
Yep.
so it'd
So then
be
you end up, yeah. So then you end up with
Roman, Finn, and Punk in a triple threat.
yep.
And anyway, I don't see Finn Balor winning it. Finn Balor, I mean, I always wear my Bullet Club stuff. Shit, man, I should have turned all the mic
Gotta
off.
love Bullet Club, man.
I do.
But yeah,
I got my sweaters right here from Taiji Ichimori,
yeah. Oh yeah. I love. Yep.
and that's what I was wearing earlier.
As I say,
So
we have a faction inside Win that's Apex Club, and that's our merch. We kind of copied their designs a little bit.
that's cool, man. I mean, I do. I take a lot of gimmicks from all over the place. I just try to throw as many gimmicks as I can.
Inspirations, man.
That's
Those
why
ideas, let them flow.
you heard my intro, and I did the what is it? The whatchamacallit veterans. Oh shit, I can't believe the guys who do the soon to be recognized.
Oh yeah, 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 yep.
I got
That's cool.
I do all sorts of gimmicks. I try to throw as many in as I can. I don't think it's stealing. It's just paying tribute to all those guys. Okay, so
But no,
I'd
as far as Finn and Punk goes, I think it's pretty set in stone. I mean, we're looking at Punk going into Mania versus Roman. I think that's already kind of solidified on what we really want and what people want to see. So
they really have tried to hammer that thought home too by getting mad at Punk for jeopardizing WrestleMania main event. I think they've been like kind of telegraphing it all along that it's gonna be Punk and Roman because they keep getting mad at Punk. But it would be a huge swerve though, which might be the thing that WWE feels they need right now. But however, I am going with CM Punk as well. So
Right.
so the last match that we have listed on the card, of course, is the men's chamber match, which let me look it up so I can get all these names right. Randy Orton's, Cody Rhodes, Javon Evans, Jey Uso, LA Knight, Trick Williams. Just based on the way things happen on Monday night with Bronson Reed getting hurt, I guess it's safe to say Jey Uso is probably not winning this match.
Yeah, I think that's another one. I think obviously putting Javon in here was for that Kofi Kingston type spot moment like we've gotten before with Kofi in the chamber. I think we're looking for something that's just going to be more of a spot moment for him. So I think he's going to go out pretty quickly too. I think the last two really comes down to Trick, possibly, um, and then maybe we see Cody at the last two.
I think, man, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about any of this because Javon Evans,
Agreed.
Javon Evans has really been showing out, and I got to give the man some props because I did not like him before he came up to the main roster, and he has really made me like start to like him. He's very like everybody like wants to compare the age thing to Randy Orton, and they're like, well, how can you compare him to Randy Orton? Randy Orton has 14 world champions and this and that. Yeah, but when he was 22 years old, he didn't. You know what I mean? He,
Right.
he didn't have all those champions when he was as young as him. It took him his whole career. But Javon Evans is really showing out. I think he's a little small, but he's made me like him a lot more than I did. Like I was used to like when he came on screen and stuff. But
See, I feel like I'm in the opposite boat with you. Like I liked him when he first started in NXT and starting to get his vibe and starting to figure out what he was doing. But I think they called him up way too early. I think not giving him a title opportunity, even with the North American Championship, was a very big miss. Um, I think they could have done at least a little more with him down there to make him feel like a star, like they did with obviously pulling up people like Obafemi. If you're going to build these guys up as the next big stars, I feel like you should be giving those kind of flowers to them pretty early on if they're that impressive to you.
I mean,
Um,
I agree with that, but it seemed like Javon Evans was over as anything. He really didn't need a title to get over in NXT. He was like one of the most over people there without it. Like
yeah, but throwing him in, I mean, I feel like even people like Mello are a little bit higher on him on the scaling for me. Um, I feel like he's just in this to be a spot monkey, which really sucks because obviously that's more than what he wants to be. I don't think he just wants to be a spot monkey like another Jeff Hardy. I think he
I was
wants to
just
be
about to
more than
say.
that.
Right. All right. So I think as far as this elimination chamber match goes, I think putting the risk on Evans or Trick Williams at Mania when neither one of them has really seen that spotlight ever, because they both just got called up to the main roster like in the last 2 months. I think to put either one of them in a world title match at the spotlight, it's the same thing I was trying to say, about the women's match. Is I don't think you take a risk with somebody who hasn't already. But Trick Williams has gotten a lot. He's over. I tell
Oh
you
yeah.
what, I like him. I just wish he would get rid of the lemon pepper stepper lines. I hate that. I absolutely
Well,
hate that.
actually, I learned today the reason why he's doing that is because he can't get the "whoop that trick" line copyrighted because of Hustle and Flow, the movie.
Oh, really?
So he legally cannot use "whoop that trick" because of the song "whoop that trick" from the movie. So him trying to get the lemon pepper stepper line copyrighted is for him to be able to make merchandise off of it because they can't do a "whoop that trick" shirt.
Yeah, but I mean, he has so many other good catchphrases. Mr. Whoop That, Trick Willie. He's got, and the lemon pepper line just seems like they're trying to force it, and I don't like it. If
No,
he
I
lost
think
that
it's kind
one,
of corny.
if he lost
It's
that,
like the toxic thing with what's his name?
Kit Wilson.
Yeah, I can't stand it.
I feel like they're. I mean, I
It's the Bo Leave gimmick all over again. No.
I love the Pretty Deadly. The Pretty Deadly were one of my favorite tag teams, and
They're a great gimmick. I don't see him on his own is just weird. He is the Marty Jannetty that just awkwardly hung around instead of getting thrown through the window.
I mean, you are right about that, but I feel like they were just like, hey, we're going to turn you into this gimmick that everybody hates. You're going to say this, you're going to do that. And they sent him out with that stupid ass theme song. And then the theme song got over. Everybody was posting online about it, saying, yo,
everyone,
this fucking, yeah.
My TikTok was flooded with it. It's crazy.
And everybody really started jamming to it. And they're like, oh, man, he's getting over. We got to do something more stupid with him. Let's make him read poems.
Yeah. Took
So
Simon Gotch's gimmick and put it as a main focal point.
they are trying to actively make you hate this guy. So,
I think the only way you do that is if you bring Tyler Breeze and you put them together as a trio.
has he been down in NXT recently?
He has been multiple times. He's been seen working with talent in NXT.
Yeah, but I mean, was he on TV one
Yeah,
night?
he was just on NXT a couple weeks ago. Yep.
Yeah, I missed that, man. And I used to have his "Don't Touch Me" shirt. It said Prince Pretty on the back.
Yep.
Man,
Well, with Fandango, he's no longer with TNA. Hopefully we'll get some contract things and maybe we'll see them come back together.
Okay, so
That versus versus Pretty Deadly would be an awesome WrestleMania match. That's just me.
oh yeah, no, I dig it. Those two gimmicks colliding, that would be great. Oh
Yeah,
man,
I think that would be a selling point for merchandise galore.
oh god, the whatchamacallit files in the Pretty Deadly. That shit. What the hell was the name of it? The Fashion Files, right?
Fashion Files, yep, Fashion Files.
That would be good shit, man. Or good stuff. I'm sorry. I think we're far enough into the video. YouTube won't catch it. Okay, so as far as this, you got anything to say about Randy Orton's or Cody Rhodes or LA Knight?
Obviously, I think this is where Cody really shows that he's going to turn heel, or tease again that he's going to turn heel, and a lot of people are going to blow up and speculate that he's heel or he's going to turn heel again, and then in reality, we're really just going to get an RKO. It's going to be an RKO. It's got to be.
Right. I mean, I don't, man. Once Cody Rhodes is like finished the storyline, ended. It just seems like he's got nothing to do. Everybody's like, "Oh, well, he's better chasing the title." Yeah, but how many times you gonna make him chase the title? Like it's gonna get boring and played out. So I've already tired of Cody Rhodes. I wasn't a big fan of him before he came back to the WWE. I wasn't a big fan when he left AEW. Because I was really into AEW back then.
I loved him on the Indies. Him on the Indies wasn't bad. Him running with TNA wasn't a bad thing. It was a pretty good, fun little. Him and going to New Japan was good.
The Ring of Honor Bullet Club and stuff.
The Ring of Honor Bullet Club was great. I loved those vignettes. They were so well organized. But like, I really think they're trying to pull that legacy story and try to draw it out as long as they can.
Yeah, I just don't think we see him winning. He's been in the chase too much. We need to give something else. So what about Randy Orton and LA Knight?
I mean, if this is an LA Knight moment where we finally get to see them actually realize that he's good and they need to pull the trigger finally and have the opportunity to do so, I say we have him reverse an RKO into his finisher.
The BFT.
And yeah, I think we see a BFT instead of an RKO. That'd be the finish going into the pin.
I think it would be a believable win if you like just made him get the luck of the draw and pull the last pod. He's the last man into the match. Not that he can't do it through the whole match, because I believe he could. LA Knight is one of my personal favorites. Like on a low key level. I know I think they've been setting him up for failure ever since Bray Wyatt. Like that whole glow match that they made him do.
Yeah.
And it seems he keeps going, raising to the top, and then they stomp him down. He keeps going to the top, and then they stomp him down. I think they're
holding him back for some reason. They're obviously holding out on something that they obviously see that we don't. That they think is like, oh my God, we can make them hold their breath just a little longer.
Right. And I just think it's time you either pull the trigger with Knight right now, or you really lose.
I mean, you're at a perfect spot to do so. I mean, you have that whole lineup going into Mania. You have the perfect main event for that.
I think he's been killing it as far as like being the hitman of the Vision. He like picks them all off one
Yeah,
at a time. I think he has been killing it, dude. I think he's just been doing great, and I think to not pull the trigger on him now is really to blow all of that momentum. He's as many times as you've killed his momentum in the past, he still is over now as he ever was. He hasn't lost the crowd because you've buried him multiple times. He is
yeah,
you can't. Yeah, I mean, you can't put anybody on the stick to compare to him. He's the greatest on the stick. He's better than The Rock,
yeah.
dude.
He's
I think
very
he's
yeah.
amazing. So I think LA Knight wins here because I feel like if at WWE doesn't do that, they really have missed the trick with this guy.
I think it comes down to Cody or Randy, but I'm going to go with Randy because I think that's obviously the lead out.
Let's see. So who has the other men's title? It's not
We've
Punk.
got Drew. We've got
Oh,
Drew
it's
and
Drew. Yeah, I think Drew versus Randy will be a good draw match. Like you have two good draws at there, and that'll pull more. I don't think anybody wants to see Cody versus Drew. Um, but LA Knight versus Drew, I think could be a real thing. They've kind of been beefing, haven't they? There's been like a side storyline between those two.
yeah. There was a side beef for a little while, but I don't know that you have that kind of build up time to do that because that's a lot of build up time that you're going to need to make that feel like a draw main event worthy.
Huh.
They're already struggling enough to sell tickets.
Well, god damn, they'd be charging so much freaking money. I looked at the packages, man. It's like 44,000 per person if you get a package, man. That shit's
Yeah,
crazy.
I think it's crazy. Here's a question though: do you think we see the masked man appear and possibly cost somebody in the chamber?
Hum. Oh man.
Because that was rumored also in some documents online this morning. So I'm wondering if
Yeah,
that's
but
even being possibly.
yeah, but now who do you got that they could keep from winning? Bronson and nobody from the Vision is in the match, so who would he attack?
Costing somebody from the main event,
Yeah, but
having them be the focal. I mean, they're so struggling with injuries. They need at least something to keep themselves relevant. Maybe we even see a reveal.
so you mean like a masked man for the Vision instead of a masked man against the
Well,
Vision?
I mean, we saw Logan Paul get curve stomped, so obviously he's not for the Vision now anyway. So I wonder if this masked man is going to appear at the chamber and possibly be the reason somebody doesn't go on to Mania
Okay, well we can
and then
make that
reveals himself. Possibly, I could see that.
we can put that as another bonus question. I'm gonna say that that's not gonna happen specifically because the Vision isn't in the match. I would think that if that was gonna happen, it would have been if Bronson Reed is in the match. So if you feel that way, then that'll be another thing that separates us, just in case. But I would think that that was a good storyline if Bronson was in the match and there was a member of the Vision for him to attack. But I mean, it doesn't
Well,
even
I think that was what the original plan was, but obviously because of Bronson's injury, they had to cop out on that moment. So here, they're still going to have to do something.
right.
We can't go another month without a reveal. We can't.
Right. I mean, I'm sure. I'm sure even if they have to put the masked man thing on hold just for the elimination chamber, they'll definitely have to do something with him on Monday night.
Yeah, there's no way they're going all the way to Mania with a masked man running around. There's no way. They
No.
have to tell that story.
Okay. Well, I mean, we will see because at least at Monday night, you can make the Vision come out, Logan Paul and Austin Theory and Paul Heyman, I guess. And you can make them come to the ring in some kind of attack, and they could do the reveal there. But I mean, you have six of one, half a dozen of the other. It's really hard to say because so much stuff has been going wrong for the Vision. I really do feel like they are cursed. Okay, so let's see. I had some bonus questions. Uh, okay, who do you think will be the first eliminated from each match, the women's and the men's?
First eliminate. Obviously, I hope it's not Alexa, but I think it's going to be Alexa.
Oh, man, I'll tell you what, she's another one, man. She's just so over without a title. I don't really think she needs one. You know,
Yeah.
I don't like this whole storyline with Charlotte, where Charlotte is like a baby face, man. Charlotte does
And
not.
obviously, I think for the men's, it's got to come down to Javon or Trick. I'm going to go with Trick, probably. They're going to keep Javon in there for the extra spotty little moments for the bigger guys. Trick's, I feel like, it's going to be the guy that ends up being the cop out pin early.
Hmm. Okay, I was also gonna go with Alexa, but I'll go with Kiana because I don't see her going far. Um, and then the men's match. Let me get the full lineup of that again. Um, I'll tell you what. I think Jay's the first one to lose because
That would be really. That would be really. That would. I hope he. If that's the case, we get to see the true crash out then, because we saw it last time he went right before he won the tag titles. He started to crash out a little bit through the prime things across the
yeah,
arena. I really. I hope this is his another breaking point for him, and you start to see it maybe backstage. Like maybe he starts getting in Pierce's face or somebody's face backstage, and we get to see that kind of almost like the Stan super kick moment.
right.
I hope we get something like that where he's like, man, I thought I had this. I did, and you guys hyped me up like I had this. And then boom, I lose. Now it's all your fault because you hyped me up and you gaslit me.
I'll tell you what though, that storyline did just seem to disappear, didn't it? He was this
Right.
dude who
Yeah. It
seemed
was
like
just like kind of a last minute, like, oh, he seemed like he's ready to blow up. And then they won the tag titles out of nowhere. We were like, oh, what? What happened?
Yeah. Okay. So
No, we need to see him fully crash out. And I think the full crash out, though, will be when they lose the tag titles and watch it be to a complete random team. Maybe even the New Day. I think that would be hilarious. I think that would be the New Day's like hurrah moment also. Be like, oh, we proved it. We told you.
yeah. That man, that'd be crazy.
That full circle moment, I think that would come perfectly. And to start it right now with the Elimination Chamber, have him blow up backstage after he loses. Maybe even super kicks her brother. Maybe super kicks his brother on accident.
Just starts going ham on everybody, man.
Yeah, dude, just like emotionally break down, freak out.
Bring that story right back to full front and center. And I think that's what he needs. He definitely needs something. He needs to get away from this yeeting stuff. I know the crowd likes it. And it probably sells a whole bunch of shirts. He's probably making.
Dude, I think Crash Out would be a great. I mean, I'm sure they can get a copyright for that. So I don't see why they don't start doing that and make that his whole gimmick.
All right, so I don't think we're gonna need this, but I was gonna do an over under or how many high spots will Javon Evans do? You want to do
Oh,
like
dude, there's got to. He's gonna be like a spring in a small spot.
all right, so you wanna do like a how many just to do it? I don't think we're gonna need it. Or you
Hell,
wanna
dude,
do an
I say we
under-over?
get. I say we at least get the jumping off the side of the wall like we did with Kofi,
All right.
and I'll say maybe 2 spots off the top of a pod.
Okay, so the over under was gonna be 4, so you say under 4?
Under 4, yeah.
Under.
We're not going to give him too much, but I think he's going to get at least become the spot monkey of the pay-per-view.
That's okay. I'm
They
actually
need
gonna
the
go against you
viral
just to
clips,
go
and the only
against
way
you.
they're going to get it is with the Javon and Trick. To be honest,
Yeah,
they
man.
need those trending tab moments.
So what about yeah, I mean, I think Javon is gonna have to do something. I think it's really the only reason you put him in this match. You know.
Dude, I would laugh if we get to watch Trick eliminate Cody. I would die laughing.
I would actually I mean it would be funny, but I would appreciate it. I think that would be a great thing. Let Trix show that he can like overcome a previous champion. We're already trying to make this big star out of him because he's not getting the treatment like Javon
He's
Evans.
getting the Booker T love, which is exactly what he deserves.
Yeah, but still, I mean, you got Obafemi who's getting a push and who's a really big guy and he's a monster, right? And Obafemi is just getting this huge push, just like Trick Williams and Javon Evans, but he's beating people like Kit Wilson.
Right, yeah. They're squash man. They're building him like they did with Ryback, where they're, it's the let's stack multiple people on him and see if he can do it.
Right, but then you got like Trick Williams, who is not as big as Obafemi, obviously,
But obviously sticks out like a star.
and you're making him beat people who are well accomplished like Ray Phoenix. And
Right, exactly.
why are you making Trick beat well established superstars while you're making Obafemi beat like, the jabronis? Like put the
Because
jabronis in there again.
my biggest fear is my biggest fear is that he's gonna have an accidental moment where he's gonna end up being the Kofi Kingston, where he forgets his accent, or he slips into both a little bit during a promo, and people will never forgive him for it.
I,
They're gonna meme him just like they did with when Kofi did it. They're gonna meme him like they did when Mark did it.
I feel like Trick is too far into his character to do that. Like I really believe that
Right,
he believes
exactly.
he's his character.
That's what I see them giving more love and pushing Trick as the focal point, and Oba just kind of as an hopefully he doesn't botch this.
Yeah. I mean,
He's another Kamala, honestly. I mean, having a guy like that on your gimmick on your roster is a very hard thing to book.
yeah, but I mean, what I'm saying is this: if you got two people that you're trying to push, and you want to push once against jabronis and once, and you know what I mean, and why are you giving the smaller guy the more established superstars to deal with when it's like
But I
questionable?
mean, think about it.
Could Trick
He's in
Williams
this.
really
I
beat
mean, Trick.
Ray Phoenix?
Yeah, I mean, you got to think about it. We got Trick in a moment right now where he's got LA Knight, who is a decorated top star. We've got Randy Orton, that's a decorated top star and almost soon to be Hall of Famer, and Cody as a possible Hall of Famer in the future.
Mm-hmm.
You've stacked him and only one other guy who doesn't have any experience. That's it. That's all you've done. You've literally put this kid in prime position.
Right. I get it. The point I was trying to make is that if you got somebody big and beastly like Obafemi and then somebody like Trick Williams, Obafemi looks like even if he's not as skilled as you, he could probably beat you.
Right.
Trick Williams, I don't feel like that. Put him in with the jabronis and let Obafemi, the beast guy, beat some of the more established stars. Don't have him facing people like Kit Wilson. But as
Well, I
far
mean, they did that. They did that with Rusev too. I mean, they brought Rusev back on this big high fucking vignette thing where everything's flooded with he's gonna crush everybody. Well, he hasn't done anything. He's been on main event and on speed doing nothing.
yeah. I feel like all the people that have come back from AEW have really just been wasted. They get like a 2 week push and then it's back to the mid card vortex for you.
Yeah, and I mean, you got Shinsuke in there. You've got Rusev in there. You've got Phoenix in there. You've got Rey Mysterio in there. You got Penta in there. Just bobbing and weaving around, trying to just stay relevant.
And all
That's
of
not a
these
good look
guys
for people that you're literally just trying to bring in as top stars.
and all of these guys are really on top everywhere else they've been, and then they come to the WWE and they're just not top of the card guys. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I mean, I would be pretty upset if I was Penta or Phoenix at this point. Penta seems to at least be getting a good run. Phoenix is just a jobber though. They just jobbing him
Yeah,
out to
yeah.
people.
Phoenix. I mean, you also got to think about Dragon Lee. Dragon Lee was considered as a prime student for NXT when they were calling him out, and when they called him up to the main roster, I mean, he hasn't done anything.
Rey Mysterio claims that this guy is the future of Lucha Libre, and you just don't do nothing with him. Why?
Yeah, you job him out every other couple of weeks, and you're putting him with people like the other rest of the LWO. Which, no offense to the rest of the LWO, I mean, I think they're great stars on their own, but they don't need a luchador faction just to make themselves relevant.
When's the last time
Just
we
like the
even
rest of
heard
Phantasma or any of the other factions that were like that.
loved Legato. I loved Legato. They were my favorite, especially when they had the two original guys that are now in the LWO. NXT does a house show loop here in Florida, and one of the places they come is like half an hour up the road. Man, I used to get like all the signed posters and fucking they do meet and greets beforehand. I met all the original LWO guys, El Hijo del Fantasma, what was her name, Electra Lopez, and the the two guys, Joaquin Wild and the other
Yeah,
guy.
Joaquin. I mean, I've watched him rise as a mainstay for what TNA's X Division was for a very long time with his DJ gimmick and what he was doing with the Bros. Like, I think that was great, and now they're just shoving him as just another mixed dude.
Yeah.
Like, you can do so much more with that kid, so much more. I mean, hell, they got access to TJP. Why don't you put them two together? And there you go. There's a great tag team.
Yeah.
More,
Yeah.
do more. You have opportunities with great stars. Do more.
Right.
Provide a bigger card. Provide a bigger mainstay for them to be a focal point.
Right.
Make them a priority, especially if you're going to go around and block out these other talents from going to main companies like AEW or New Japan.
Yeah. It definitely seems like WWE is fumbling a lot of stars, and the problem is they have a stacked roster. They need a roster that has more mid-carders because it feels like now you got all these top card guys, top tier guys, and you don't really have very few mid carders and very few jabronis. You know what I mean? So now you're having to take your fully stacked top of the card and drop what you consider the bottom of the top of the card into the mid card. So,
Right.
and then, and then even more, those guys go into the jobber position, and now you're destroying legacies. And like what Ricochet was all over the internet lately telling about how WWE ruins legacies, and he really feels like he lost himself in that time. I do feel like stuff like that, especially when you consider people like the Lucha Brothers, who are now there and aren't doing jack when everywhere else they went, they were the Kings. You know what I mean?
I mean, look at Brian Pillman Jr.'s son. I mean, he was literally leading Bullet Club. He was one of the top guys. Now he's running around doing nothing in NXT.
Pillman Jr. was? He was in the Bullet
Yeah,
Club?
he was working with Bullet Club for a while. Yeah.
Oh, damn. I must have missed that.
But then I mean, like
'Cause
they
I
had
thought-
opportunities to do a lot more with him before even signing him, and they still didn't do it. They packaged him as trying not to be a copy of his dad, and they just now they're running the whole I'm a duplicate son thing.
I haven't watched NXT in a while, but I thought
Oh my god, bro, it's been a loop and it's been crap.
I feel like the Lexus King thing was kind of, like you said, just a way to get him away from the Brian Pillman name, but they made him like such a d-bag. I mean, he was just
Yeah.
a moron and very
And those
entitled.
sideburns looked atrocious. Like you painted them on your face. We can tell.
Yeah, like way too dark for the rest of his hair and shit like that. Yeah.
Like it's not okay. I feel like Tensai's like eye thing with the paint, that was detail. That was just a detail, not doing the sideburn and doing all this extra nonsense. He's not Dalton Castle.
or Jeff Hardy with those weird.
Yeah. We're not in that kind of realm for him. So like he doesn't need that.
Right. I think I don't know. I think Brian Pillman. I don't feel like AEW did very much with him with the Varsity Blondes and stuff like that. I don't feel like he got anything there. I was not aware that he was in the Bullet Club. I thought that went straight from Switchblade to Finlay. So,
Well, there was a little brief thing that he was doing on his own with a couple of the boys.
All right, I wasn't aware of that, but I mean, I could take it. I think
They could have totally pushed him, and now, especially now that Bullet Club's dead, they could have done something with the next generation. Bring some of the other kids in that are second generation, third generation.
The Bullet Club is done. They done for now.
Yeah, they've officially basically thrown it up that they're no longer.
Dang, that's rough. So I mean, I know Finlay left, man. Is that why they?
Yeah, Finlay left. Some of the other guys who were mainstays actually joined another faction. So they're like the Hellhounds or whatever they were called for the Bullet Club. They're no longer a part of that. They're on their own, and they actually joined another faction.
Dang.
That's rough. So they like merged two main factions to make one. It's weird. And seeing them all take over things and do things together is really, it doesn't fit.
I might still have my NJPW World subscription. I'll have to check it out because I
Yeah,
haven't.
dude, you're gonna have to go back a couple months and keep up because it's bad. It's been bad.
It seems like
I have not enjoyed any of it.
AEW is the only people putting on good shit right now.
I listen. I that TNA. I really don't like what they're doing with Steve Macklin, but that's neither here nor there. They need to just call him over to NXT. Him and Moose. But I don't see that happening anytime soon.
I think Moose is probably too old to go to WWE.
I really hate that they've pushed him in this weird focal gimmick. Like he's now like a celebrity, but he's not.
Right?
Like I don't understand. They gave him basically the Chris Benoit gimmick mixed with like I don't know Ric Flair, and expected that to make money. Like you took away the whole aura of Moose from NXT from Ring of Honor. You took away that dominance, pure brute force type aura that you got from him when you saw him.
Right.
They slapped on this TV gimmick and it's crap.
What's I heard? What he was part? What was their group called? The System.
The System, yeah.
He was part of the System, and then he got kicked out of the System, and he was still wearing System. Like he was standing across the ring, battling with the System, wearing gear that said the System on it.
Yeah, they really don't let him pay attention to anything. And I feel like he's very clueless on a lot of things as far as the business. And that's not to say that he's not a bad guy. I think that they just put him in that position. They keep him in that quiet little loop that just sits there in the corner.
They make him like the typical NFL meathead guy.
Yeah, they've turned him into Heath Slater. They did what they did with Rhino.
Right.
They did the same thing they did with Tyrus. They did the same thing with Bull Dempsey. Like they just kind of shove these big guys and expect them to be more than just a big guy.
Right.
I think that's where they should thrive, though. Like push that gimmick. Like at least Beer City Bruisers at least turned it into their own gimmick and did their own thing with it. Like, yeah, obviously I'm out of weight. Obviously I can still wrestle.
I liked Silas Young, man. He was good.
Yes, that gimmick was great for them.
Oh man, gosh, now you're taking me back to stuff I haven't seen in a while, man.
Well, I mean, like my thing was like, where's Truth Martini when you need them? We need people like that now. Like all those kind of gimmicks that we were seeing back in the day need to be a feeling now, not just like a vibe that everybody sees just once a week on NXT. I need that to be their gimmick.
Right. All right, well, we have done more and gone over our time, but that's okay, man.
Absolutely.
I've been enjoying everything with you, man. I'm
Absolutely,
having a lot
dude.
of fun.
I'm so glad you had me on. Thank you.
We're going to have to do this a little bit more often. We'll have to do like a podcast here and there, and maybe we can invite a couple people from your network who you think would really
Absolutely,
be invited,
dude.
and we'll
Well,
get,
I mean, if I take that title from you, I'm going to have to come back. So.
Oh, you're definitely going to have to. Yeah, that's damn sure. So anyway, is there anything else you would like to say or plug before I can? It seems like we have enough differences in the predictions that there's definitely going to be a winner. I don't think there's going to be any ties or anything like that. Is there anything else you want to plug or say to the VKPunk Wrestling Revolution before I get in to do my sign out?
Nah, man, it was really just thank you for letting me come on and do this. It was a lot of fun. Check out the promo club. Come join us and see what we do. And make sure you join the punk community because this whole thing has been a great vibe. I love it.
We are definitely getting part of bigger networks. My buddy and mine, the guy at Sockforge who does all my graphics and all my videos and stuff, he has really been huge at pushing networks. And of course, I got him in my network, and now with you guys in my network, it seems like there's just a whole wide range of people to choose from because he's in music and video graphics and stuff. And then we got all this wrestling stuff that's going in, and everybody together. Of course, my pages cross promote themselves. And I mean, this is good. It's good to have such a strong bond, and it's important to have strong bonds with people. Because look, guys, I know we did this spot in the beginning, the little message, but one more thing before we lock up and black out for the night. Wrestling reminds us that the hardest fights aren't in the spotlights, man. They're in the internal clashes, in shadowed corners of your own mind, and echoing Big E's candid shares and CM Punk's boundary setting, like defending a like a champion, dude, and letting you know that he needs mental peace sometimes. The business fostering a mental health dialogue that has been completely undeniable. Legends require reinforcements too. If existence has you locked in a figure four with escape seeming distance, tag out, guys. Connect with allies, hotline heroes, or the VK Punk Wrestling Squad. We're ringside ready anytime you need us. If you ever need us, you can tag us in and we'll promo with you all night if you need. If you're ever seeking support, okay, the championship calendar strength is knowing when to call on somebody else when you really need it, guys. So at that, this is the end of our thing. It's time to get into, please leave some comments and say what you think about predictions for the Elimination Chamber. Give us some bold Raw like comments and what you think is going to happen on Raw, maybe next week's SmackDown, your Ultimate Mania dream matches, fiery hot takes. Amp it out louder than a surprise cash in down in the comment section. Hammer that subscribe if you're riding with the family. Summon your allies and share us. Try to get this VK Punk Wrestling Revolution rolling to a terribly high level where we become undeniable. But we're VK Punk Wrestling. We run the bingo and we're going to the moon. We're here with the WIN, the Wrestling Internet Network, and we the ones. For wrestling content, remain unbreakable, remain electric, chin up, tits out, and deuces, ooses. We'll clash with you guys later, man. Everybody take it easy.